Well, hello YouTube. I'm Gigi Alive and welcome to my channel. I am going to talk today a little bit about why I became a YouTube vlogger, video logger, and also I'm going to talk a little bit about my goals for doing this. And I just wanted to say right off the bat, everyone says this and I'm sure you've heard it already. If my video has helped you in any way, please like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you are interested, please subscribe. Even if you're not interested, please subscribe. And please share my video if you think it could help anyone. I first want to say when I started doing videos the first time was because I was a weight loss surgery candidate. And I looked into all the YouTube videos because people on Facebook were saying they had YouTube channels. So I checked them out. And I thought, okay, everyone kept saying, what's your YouTube, name and what are you on YouTube? And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll get on YouTube. And I finally did a couple of videos. And I think I might have one or two still posted and they're really horrible. But I didn't really get into making videos until I got sick. And I had kidney cancer after I had my weight loss surgery, renal cell carcinoma. And I went online looking into what people are doing or what treatments there are, and also how they're handling their, let me put my glasses on, how they're handling their cancer. And when you watch people who have cancer, and you are also going through it, it can be inspirational to talk about it, but also it can be very hard for you to talk about it to others. So I didn't do many videos that I posted about my kidney cancer because I wasn't feeling very hopeful about it. Once you realize that renal cell carcinoma takes a lot of lives, it gets pretty scary for you really quick. So basically, when I had discovered that I had other illnesses, I thought, I'm going to start doing this because it seems like it's just a constant thing, me having illnesses. And I need to just have some way to leave something behind for my children, pretty much. And I thought, okay, I'll put this on YouTube. And maybe it'll help someone, maybe it won't. But I'll put out there what happened with my illnesses. And I started to just do a couple of videos every couple of months or whatever. And it was just about basically how I was doing and how I was handling things. And I have everything from lupus, thyroid videos, and also videos for my heart angioplasty. And of course, some videos that talked about when I went back to MD Anderson for my follow-up with my renal cell carcinoma, which they did remove my partial left nephrectomy, which means a partial piece of my kidney that had the cancer. They removed that. So basically, I was doing this to just inspire people, to help them know that they're not alone, but also to leave something behind for my children because I wanted them to know how I was feeling and good or bad, I wanted them to know. And some days I was really not feeling very good. Some days I was feeling a little bit better, but I really wanted to just make sure that I dedicated myself to just posting a video every couple of months so that way they could see that I had a journey I was following. So I began to get kind of frustrated with doing the videos, and I felt like no one's listening to me. It doesn't really matter what I'm saying. Who cares? And my health is my business. I've heard people say that before. And I just felt like I was trying to share my story, but no one really was listening. And I thought, okay, why am I doing this? And I'm more of a writer than I am actually someone who likes to do videos. I'm not one person who likes to look at myself on a video. But I did go and watch a lot of people who were really, really good at doing videos with editing. And I thought, I want to learn how to do that. And I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to learn that. But in the meantime, what I did realize, what a lot of them were saying was, keep doing videos. Like, even if you get frustrated and you say, no one's listening to me, who cares? Or if you just, don't have a topic to talk about, just do something. Put yourself out there. And so basically that's what I started doing. I started literally putting myself out there. And then I thought, you know what? I've got to have more content. I've got to have something that is more interesting. And my daughter had said to me, Mom, it's just boring watching you talk on a video. I mean, who wants to listen to someone talk about their problems or their illnesses? I mean, really? And I was like, well, she's kind of right. So I need to find something else that I want to post about. And I thought the only thing I do is I love thrift shopping. And I just found this Poshmark site and I started doing that. And I thought, well, let me look into Poshmarking online on YouTube. And I looked up and a lot of people are talking about Poshmarking. A lot of people are talking about thrifting. And I was like I'm like the greatest thrifter. I'm like the greatest bargain hunter. Like that's like my claim to fame. And I really believe in recycling clothing and recycling furniture and recycling items. And so to me, being online and being a reseller was like a simple little thing that I would do. It wasn't something that I thought of as a career. It was basically something I thought I could just do extra. If I had a little extra money on the side or just for fun to see how much I could get for an item, But I started making it really serious when I realized how much inventory I had and I wasn't moving that inventory. And so this year I decided I'm going to really move this inventory. I'm going to really focus on my Poshmark site and like really investigate and learn how to make this a real business. And I started seeing people who were actually doing videos online on YouTube that were saying how they were making so much money in this e-commerce, they would call it, Poshmarking or reselling, even on eBay. And I thought, why can't I be one of those people? Now, let me just back up a little bit and remind you of something again. I have illnesses that make it very difficult for me to work. I worked for American Heart Association since 1990 something, like 94. And basically, I've been a CPR instructor. And I've also taught first aid classes and health, like all kinds of health awareness classes. So basically, I have not been able to do that because of my illnesses. I can't schedule classes and know I'm going to be there if I'm going to have a flare or if I'm going to end up having a surgery, which I've had lots of surgeries. And so I can't work like I used to. And I definitely couldn't go work in the hospital and do that. So I was thinking, doing this, the YouTube videos and also doing the reselling is a way for me to do something besides just be in the bed, be at the doctor's office, and just be a stay-at-home mom taking care of my family. And not to say that there's anything wrong with anyone who's doing that. But there comes a point where you start to feel like I need more. I desire more for my life. I want to leave a legacy behind and I don't want it to be just, this is me being sick. And I thought, reselling is not like a huge deal for me. It's not like something I, want to be a reseller for the rest of my life. And I thought, okay, if I do the reselling and I have a goal for financial gain, what would that money go towards that I would appreciate it going towards, that I would say this is something I want to leave behind? And I realized I loved my days when I was in theater. I worked in theater when I was in college and I worked in theater in high school. And then when I went into the health field, I kind of gave it up. But when I would do CPR classes, they were very interactive and fun. And it was like I was on stage then, And I thought to myself, I want to give that back to kids who are young. I worked in a summer camp at the Ensemble Theater in the 1980s, a long time ago. And it was a wonderful theater group. And it was a wonderful experience for me, teaching and inspiring young kids. And I was a young person as well. And I thought to myself, there's lots of summer camps for dance. There's lots of summer camps for like other things in my area. But there's no theater summer camp that is close to my home. And I thought I could do this. I could do a theater summer camp. And I could sell my items on Poshmark and use that money to buy costumes and buy props and to utilize it for anything I might need to utilize it for. I also would bring food for the kids. So I did that 2018, and I had such a great time. We had probably about 20 something kids that, total were coming, and we ended up with a show, and it was so great. It wasn't like these kids had any experience in theater, and that was what was so great, is that most of the kids had never done anything on stage. And giving them the inspiration and giving them the encouragement to just be on stage and read a poem or memorize a poem or sing a song or do a dance or do a skit. I mean, it was really inspiring for me to watch them and to groom them and to prepare them for just being able to do that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they would have to go in that field in the future, but it would give them the idea that they could do it if they chose to. So anyway, I decided I was going to really try my hardest to focus on this theater group, and that is what has been my mission. I still have my issues with my health, but this has been a wonderful distraction for me. And the reselling has given me the ability to have a little bit of cash to put towards that. My new goal for the future is to actually have a community theater, a place not just for my theater group, but for anyone who wants to come and perform. Not a huge place, but if it could be huge, that'd be awesome. But I want to have a place where I could just open my doors to the community. If they have anything from a dance or party, or if they want to perform a recital, or if they want to do a open mic, or even if they wanted to do like a comedy show, anything that they would choose to do at the community theater would be welcomed. And so that is my goal. I want it to be a nonprofit organization, and I'm looking for angel investors. I'm also looking for anyone who might want to assist with this in the Cypress, Texas area. So that is my goal for my future, for my theater group. But as far as vlogging goes, I'm going to just do what they said. I'm going to just try to make a video. I try to do one once a week. And I usually I'm basically focusing only on Poshmark right now and thrift shopping and Goodwill hunting. But I will be also focusing on other things in the future too. I had a wonderful idea to get these kids to do YouTube videos as well. And I'm going to be doing that with them this summer. And also, they've been modeling my clothes on my Poshmark site, which gives them a little bit of exposure, but also gives them a chance to do something besides just acting and singing and comedy, but to really be able to utilize their body on pictures and clothes. And it gives me a little bit of a chance to put my clothes on a body, because you have on a mannequin, it can't really have much movement. So it's a pretty good thing to have my theater group involved with it. And it's a goal for me that I'm setting to do that. So if you're interested in becoming a video vlogger, I encourage you to do it. I've only been doing this for a year, not even really full-heartedly a year, just occasionally. And now I'm trying to really stick to once a week. And anytime I have an idea in my head, I'm like going, I need to make a video. And the more videos I make, the better hopefully they will get. I'm trying to get my editing together so I can know how to do all the editing that people are doing. And if you have any comments below, please put them as far as if you have any videos you want to share with me about how to improve my videos and how to improve my, helping me with my theater group and funding for that. I know about Patreon already, and I'm trying to get into that as well. But if you have any other ideas, please post them in the comments. And so that's my story. That's what I'm doing, why I am vlogging. And I just want to say one more thing. My mother had said, why is it that you are online on YouTube telling people that you buy things at Goodwill? It's kind of embarrassing. And this is my response to my mother and to anyone else who might think that it's embarrassing to shop at a thrift store or Goodwill. I believe it is one of the greatest things you can do is to give some clothes a second life, because they will end up in a landfill if they don't. They'll end up trashed. If they go to someone that really could use them again, that's a great thing. And if you can make a little bit of money off of that, what's wrong with that? That's good. It's work doing it. It's not easy to find good quality material, quality brands, quality items, and then post them and store them. For instance, I'm just going to give you a quick for instance. So like, this is Ann Taylor. This is how I store my items in my Poshmark bins. And I've got about 10 bins full of clothing items. So like, this is how I store it. Okay. I put it in a Ziploc bag. I have it marked what it is. And this one actually comes with tags. So it's new with tags, and it came from Goodwill actually. And I don't remember how much I spent on this, but it probably was not more than $5. So basically I would take this and I'd put it in a bin for extra small or for small, or I would put it in a sweater bin because it's a sweater. And then I would store it in my house, not in the basement or the attic where I can't get to it, but I would store it in my house. And when someone says they want to purchase this and they saw it online, I can easily grab it, get to it, and I can send it off. But in the meantime, I'm holding on to this item until it sells. So it may be 6 months to a year that it's going to sit in my closet, in my bin. So shouldn't I get paid for doing that? And in the time that I take to find the item, to care for the item, to make sure the item is properly stored, I should be paid for that. So yes, I could donate my items to homeless shelters, which I have done, or to people who are in need, which I have done. But if I'm selling it and this is a business and this is a store, then to me it's giving those clothes an extra chance for someone else to appreciate them instead of ending up in a landfill. And it is recycling. So I encourage people to utilize thrift stores. If we utilize thrift stores, I mean, literally, there's so many things that you could do with these clothes instead of throwing them away. In a thrift store or a consignment store or a Goodwill, they have great deals. So I encourage people to go and do that. Don't look down upon people who are doing that. It's not because I don't have any money to go to the mall. It's not because I am poor or anything like that. It's because I choose to recycle clothes, and I choose to resell them to people who also would appreciate that. And there are people in the world who don't have the money to buy these clothes brand new. And there are people in the world who don't have stores that are available to them because it may be in a location where they don't have the stores. And there are people in the world who just enjoy reselling and buying from people who are resellers. So don't knock it till you try it. It actually is a really good and fun thing to do that can earn money. So my goal, like I said, is to get my money together, to have my theater group have their own theater in the community. That is my goal. Whatever your goal is, if your goal is to, go on a vacation, or if your goal is to just have money in your account that you have in a savings, whatever your goal is for doing your reselling, if that's what you're interested in doing, or whatever you'd have to do to make extra money, set that goal and try your hardest not to touch that money. Leave it there until it's time for you to end out for that year, and see how well you can do. That's my challenge. So today is Ash Wednesday. I just wanted to say I'm getting ready to go to church, get my ashes. And as a Catholic, what I am so proud of is that we have these steps in our life. And the church helps us remember that this is our life that we're living, that God has given us. And from baptism to confession, to first communion, to confirmation, to marriage vows, we are being guided. And as far as Ash Wednesday, it's basically reminding us that life is short. Life is so short. You only have so much time on this earth before you return to dust. So it is so valuable and so important that we do something and we take sacrifices in doing them. So when we talk about what we're giving up for Lent, it's because we're reminding ourselves that life is about sacrifice. If we don't have sacrifice, we won't be able to appreciate the blessings. So when someone asks you, what are you giving up for Lent? Really think of it in terms of, what am I doing to better myself? Because I'm only going to be on this earth for a short amount of time. And what I am doing is I am also going to continue my videos, and I'm going to continue doing my reselling. But I am going to really, really try hard to be a part of my church and a part of volunteering in the ministries at the church. That is my goal. I'm going to give up my lazy spirit with the Holy Spirit. That is my goal. Giving that up. Really dedicating myself back to God, who has given me this blessing of a life, and really appreciating the blessing that he has given me in life, because it could have been taken from me so many times with all of my illnesses, and he keeps giving me another shot, another shot, another shot. And I have to show him that I deserve that. And I have to show him that, you know what, Lord, I can commit to you as you've committed to me. And that is to volunteer in the church and in the ministry and to be truly involved. So those are my goals. And, it's kind of cool because for January, we make our resolution for a New Year's resolution. And then here we going into spring, we're kind of renewing ourselves and saying we're going to stick to doing something good to improve ourselves. And that's, to me, what Lent sacrifices is about, is trying to give up some things that are not holy and not good for you, and encouraging you to embrace, something that is better, that can lead you to a better life. So I think it's kind of cool that it comes around in spring, kind of refreshes that spirit of renewal. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for church. If my video has been in any way helpful for you, if it's encouraged you in any way, please share it. And if you're interested in leaving any comments, any questions or anything, please leave those in the comments below. I'm a newbie to this, so I really don't have a lot of followers. I would love it if you would subscribe. I would love it if you would share, because the more people that share, the more we can enjoy this message of reselling and also video logging. And hopefully we can get to a point in our community of YouTube where we can actually have a conversation with each other about how we are bettering our lives with YouTube. Instead of just going onto the television and watching someone else, we can see what we're doing and creating as a community. And I'm hoping that's what all of us YouTubers are doing. So I encourage you to do a video, and I encourage you to put yourself out there. It's not easy. I don't have any editing. There's no editing that's going on that I'm trying to erase and fix. And it's just me talking. And I'm hoping I can get more information about how to do that. So please leave that information for me if you know about how to do it. But get yourself out there. That's the best thing you can do, is just make a video, put yourself out there. And it's like a time capsule. You can look back and say, hey, I did that. So anyway, I am going to church, and please give me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Have a great Ash Wednesday.